Now I am praying that this is focusing and that everything is good, because I've filmed this video so many times. It's just not going right for me and I'm getting really annoyed now. So here it is. This is my updated nose job video. Considering I'm now 10 months post-op, which is crazy. I should have done a 6-month, which I actually did film, but then it wasn't in focus the whole time, and then before I knew it I was 10 months post-op and I didn't actually have a video out. So here we are. Once again, I do want to put a disclaimer in that I am not advertising for people to get surgery. This is just a personal preference. All the opinions are my own. So let's get started. First of all, let's talk about the early days of the recovery process. Obviously, the first time I videoed for you and showed you my nose, I was 1 month post-op, whereas now I am 10, let's say 1 to 3 months post-op. The things that I was picking up that I was dealing with and that I had noticed a lot of was the swelling, of course. The swelling is like the biggest thing when it comes to getting a rhinoplasty, and let's not even try and play it down for how serious the swelling part of the process is, which you won't ever realise until you're actually in the process to know how severe the swelling can get and how much it affects the way your nose looks. The first couple of months my nostrils were quite uneven due to obviously the swelling. The swelling doesn't mean that it's just going to be in one place, it's in so many areas, and I had 2 main areas where the swelling was mainly for me, and that was like the middle section of my nose as well as the nostrils. The nostrils were very uneven and people were picking up on it on TikTok, which was fun, and I was like, guys, like, bear with, this is literally like a couple of months in, like, it's gonna go away. It did go away, which it does go away in terms of the middle part when you do give it a massage, which I still do massage now, but like I say, in the first couple of months, that's one thing I did notice. I also then noticed a lot of weird smells. I don't know if it was just like the stitches, internal stitches in my nose that were smelling a bit funny, but it just had a weird smell, and I feel like it's something not many people talk about. I've seen only one person ever really mention the swelling and the smell, sorry, on the inside of the nose. There's only one person I've ever like watched and they've been like, there's a weird smell, and you won't get it until you're dealing with it. It's just a smell that I can't even explain, but obviously eventually it does go away because they heal and everything's all good, and now it's just fine, and then you just have to wait basically for the swelling to go down. Obviously further into the months I wasn't noticing anything. I literally have had no issues with my nose whatsoever. Obviously I never had breathing issues in the first place. It kind of was more about appearance than it was actually physically fixing anything to do with my nose. But like I say, they were definitely the main things I noticed. Other than that, it's been pretty smooth sailing. I put a lot of updates on my TikTok about everything to do with my nose. I am more on there than I am on here, which I am sorry. It's hard to like keep everything going when I am a full-time flight attendant. It's a bit hard to like keep all the platforms like as updated as each other. Let's talk about the cleaning side of everything. So still to this day I do use Q-tips to get right inside of my nose, because my nose is obviously a lot smaller. I can't fit my fingers up there to like thoroughly get my bogies out, I guess. Like with tissue and stuff I really struggle because my nose is so much smaller now, which is why I want it is. But yeah, so I still use Q-tips to like get everything out there. Literally my holy grail when it comes to like cleaning and making sure that it's completely like clean. Another thing that I still do, like now 10 months post-op, I tape every now and then, especially at night time, because swelling still happens to me. Like my nose is swollen now. Every morning I wake up, my nose is swollen. That never changes. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is, there will always be swelling. But when you tape, it definitely does reduce it. Like for me anyway, it definitely does reduce it when I do tape. I just use this one that I got from Amazon. It's like a pack of 5 and they're really cheap. They're maybe like £5 or something. I find that taping definitely does help, but it's not like a mandatory thing to do. It's kind of if you want, and sometimes I even have to give it a little massage, and I feel like that definitely does help keep the swelling down. I want to talk about how my nose has been feeling in terms of like physically touching, and like, if it's numb, how does it feel? So it was numb a few months in. It was still slightly numb where they done the incisions. It was still a little bit numb, and my like tip of my nose is still quite hard. Obviously at first, the couple of months that I was in post-op, it was quite hard. Obviously now being 10 months post-op, it's not as hard. It doesn't feel like there's something stuck on my face anymore. It's not really numb anymore. It's kind of normal now. Like, you know, it doesn't feel any different. I still am careful, obviously, because I'm still only 10 months post-op, with like, if I hit my nose by accident, or because there was once I was on holiday, I ended up walking into the door and then I got really paranoid that like I had fucking injured it, but it was completely fine. Let's talk about scarring. So I've never really had any issues when it comes to scarring. I've never been one to really care what it kind of looks like, and because the incisions were made literally into the crevices of my nose, you can't even notice them. And like I say, I wasn't fussed anyway, especially like the middle one. Obviously when it was more obvious, I just put makeup on. To be honest with you, I wear makeup very often, so you don't really notice it. But even without makeup now, being 10 months post-op, you don't notice the scars at all. It literally looks like it was never even touched, like it was not done at all, which I am highly grateful for. The aftercare with Clinic Hub, have they been messaging me, like what's it kind of like, sort of thing. So in, I think it was 1 month post-op, 3 months, 6 months, and then 10 months, they have messaged me through WhatsApp, because I have still been in the loop with like the group chats with the nurses and the doctor and the coordinator, like the person that was originally dealing with me, and basically see how I'm doing. They send me like a questionnaire that tells you, well, asks you questions like how's it feeling, are you having any issues, blah blah blah. You answer them and obviously they'll give you information back. However, I've not had any issues whatsoever that I can't fault them at all, so I've not had anything to say. But it's nice that they do that, so you still kind of feel like you're cared for, I guess. It definitely makes you feel better knowing that you can email them or you can message like the group chats that the nurses are in if you do have any questions or anything that does come up. Like I say, for me it's been really smooth sailing, so I haven't had to, but it's nice to know the support is there if you do need it. Do I feel like I look different? I feel like a lot of people say to me, like, you literally look no different, you wouldn't even notice that you've got a nose job. Like, it's such a shock to people when I do actually tell them, or it comes up in a conversation, they're like, no way, it looks so natural, it suits your face. But like I said, I don't feel like I look different. You kind of get used to the way your face looks. Like for me, it wasn't like a massive dramatic change. Like I say, it wasn't like I had like a hump in my nose or anything where it would make such a big difference. It was more just definition and making it a bit smaller. And obviously when I have swelling days, I'm like, oh my god, it looks the same like it was before, but I've kind of forgotten. But that's why I say take pictures. And let's get onto that subject of please take pictures whenever and wherever you are and when you can, because it makes such a difference when you look back and you actually realise how much difference pictures were, even videos. Like you look and you're like, fuck, I look so different. You wouldn't even realise, because you think like there's no change, oh, I'm not feeling any change, I'm not really seeing it in the mirror. But then as soon as you take a picture and you compare from like month 1 to month 3 to month 6 to month 10, like you honestly won't believe the difference. It's actually insane. So I promise you, just please take pictures and then you'll look back and realise, because I took plenty of pictures and now I'm like, oh my god, like it looks so different and I'm so happy. Do I get paid by Clinic Hub to promote any of this? I've been asked this question so many times. The answer is no, I wish, but no. Every opinion is my own, and I would not lie at all, because like I say, I've had the best experience and I couldn't have asked for a better company. Honestly, I'm so glad I went through with Clinic Hub and I chose the doctor I did, because the results speak for themselves. A big thing that I did want to touch on was talking mindset. Obviously for me, it was a no-brainer. It was something I had been wanting to do since I was literally 11 years of age. I'm now 25. I was going to say 26. That's later on in the year. I just think make sure you do your research. Research is your best friend when it comes to these type of things. Like, you want confidence in your doctor, you want confidence in the place you're going for. I would recommend watching so many videos, watching so many YouTube videos and TikTok accounts, and even messaging them, because that's what I done, and it made me gain confidence in like my decision, which made my mindset even stronger about the whole process. I think if you've wanted this for a very long time and you're doing it for the right reasons and the best intentions, then you would have kind of had the right mindset in the first place. People that are in this for the wrong reasons, I don't feel like should be getting it done. Like, a lot of people make this decision and then they struggle kind of after with like, oh my god, like, but what if this happens, and what if this goes wrong? Whereas I feel like if you thought that about everything, then no one would move anywhere in life. And I just feel like if you go in with the right positive intentions, then you're never gonna regret your decision. And that's with like a lot of things in life, and I feel like this is the exact same thing when it comes to surgeries. As long as you go into it with a positive mindset, a confident mindset, and you're very sure about it, you won't have an issue at all. I'm gonna come close up so you guys can see well, what my nose looks like now. Let's mind the fact that I've got a lot of makeup on right now and I've got a little spot there. Love that for me. But this is my nose being 10 months post-op. This is her from the side, from the front, from the other side. But yeah, this is what she's looking like, and I love her. I love her, despite everyone on TikTok telling me it was the worst decision of my life and that it's ugly and unnatural. And yeah, I don't really care, because I love her and it was the best thing I've done. Following up on everything I've said and rounding it up, if you do have any like actual specific questions, feel free to like message me on TikTok or put in the comments down below. I'm more than happy to like answer personal questions for you guys, because I do get quite a few people messaging me about certain things that I've like not mentioned, or they want a bit more detail in. So yeah, I'm more than happy to reply. But I hope you guys have enjoyed my 10-month update with my nose job, and I'm so sorry it's taken so long and I've had to re-record for like 3-4 times because it's not been in focus, and I've just been really busy, so I do apologise, but here it is. So I hope I answered a majority of anyone's questions, or you know, gave a good enough update. But she is doing very well and I'm super happy with her. So thanks guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Thank you, bye.